Hi, I'm Michael Ma, CEO of OnePassport. It's a lovely Friday. It's a bit sunny outside, so it's great to be back in the OnePassport tees rather than the collared shirts and other things. Helps me remember that I work in a tech company, no longer in a suit. So today we're going to talk about can my employer force me to get vaccinated? It's a hot topic. It's being debated out there. It's in the news, and government and business and the peak bodies who represent business especially are discussing this. And so let's have a bit of a deep dive into it. Basically, it's not black and white. Um, the government says that employers have the right to demand it in certain industries under certain circumstances, but what those are is not entirely clear. It almost is like going to court and having a balance of evidence towards a certain thing. So government and business are at differing ends. Business is saying, please be more clear, government. The government saying, oh, no, we're leaving it up to you to make a decision on, which is not really fair on business, especially small business who don't have in-house counsel and other things to help them navigate this minefield. And this isn't a minefield. We're going to see court cases that come out of this. What it comes down to really is the type of business and your role within it. So if you are an IT guy who works from home and therefore you don't have to go to the office and interact with other people, chances are your employer won't be able to force you to get vaccinated. But as you've seen with, say, Qantas saying all of our staff will be vaccinated, if you don't want to get vaccinated, find a job somewhere else, preferably outside of the airline industry, because you're customer facing. You're in a choke point where you get to, just you as an individual get to deal with hundreds of people every day. The risk is too great of a super spreader event, basically. And so they're saying you must get vaccinated or go somewhere else. SPC, the tinned goods manufacturing in central Victoria, they made it mandatory because that's on a factory line. If someone gets sick at the head of the factory line, you can go right through the factory or a production line. You can go right through the organisation really quickly. There was in the newspaper last week, KPMG had said that they'd done a survey through their staff. Most of their staff were either already vaccinated or waiting for their appointment. So they were going to make it, I think they said, mandatory for any of our staff who go out to meet clients. Because it's not, though they're a white collar office, so it's not like a factory line, the previous example, they're not like hospitality or airlines where you're meeting lots of customers. They're a white collar office. But because they go out to visit client sites as well as people, lots of people sitting together in their own office, they felt that they needed to make it mandatory as well. But it will come down to the type of business you work in and your role within it. So we're a tech company. We're still assessing what we need to do here because my guys can work from home. But then we have healthcare staff, because of the amount of work we do in healthcare and aged care, who do moonlighting and pick up shifts to keep their industry currency current. And because of that, maybe our guys need to actually get vaccinated as well. I don't know. It's one of those things that we're going to have to sit down and really carefully go through. And a lot of businesses are going to have to go through the same journey. It's not going to be easy. So from a legal point of view, how can they force me? My body, my choice. Well, at the same time as it is your response, as it is your body, your choice, employers have to weigh up your individual rights versus their community responsibilities or workplace responsibilities. The other employees, they have a right to come to a safe work environment. In the same way it is safe from bullying and other bad behaviours, it is also I should be able to go to work and know that best reasonable efforts of my employer is also that I won't get sick, i.e. anyone else who's in the workplace is vaccinated to lower the risk of transmission. So employers have to provide that safe work environment. And so the discussion is, does that workplace responsibility trump your individual rights? So it's rights on both sides, and it's which one trumps the other. So what does all this mean? It means that we are going to have these cases come to court for some time yet, and it's going to, whether or not it affects you and your circumstances, really comes down to the business you work in and the role that you perform within that business. A lot of court cases. It certainly is not solved yet. Good luck and keep safe.